Visionary. Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, YouTube, Substack, everybody else. Instagram. Oh, actually, Instagram, I'm still starting. Substack, you're there. Oh, Instagram, come on. There we go. All right. Instagram, it's starting. Good. Let me make sure Substack is live. Let's see. Substack is not moving, but live. Live, but not moving. Oh, hello. There we go. Let's see. Oh, because I'm off the page. There we go. Whenever I go off the page, it stops the video. I think it should be okay now. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Whenever I go off the page to start Instagram, it somehow stops the video for a second. Craziness. Hey, debaucherous doughboy. We're better now. Hey, Dave. All right, we're good. We're good. Everything's coming through now. Well, I am trolling a little bit, but I am convinced we're having a ground invasion. I'm absolutely, positively convinced. There is no other option that's on the table right now. There is so much news. I mean, it ended up being a crazy busy news day. Again, always. So we will talk momentarily. Let me. There's Adam, my buddy. Not my buddy, but live. All right. All righty. All right. They're at the very least planning on Karg. I think they're planning on more. I think actually Preston Stewart was talking. Sorry guys, I'm getting TikTok set up as we talk. But Preston Stewart was talking about that today. He thinks the negotiation stuff is pretty much a ruse. I think he's right. At this point, they could certainly reach a negotiation. You know, they could agree on something maybe, because Trump is so flitty, right? He flits, la la la, right? So anything's possible, but I don't know. Blossom Ride, that sounds a little gay, but I'm happy to pick it as the gift on TikTok. Let's see. It's new, it's different. Let's try it. All right. I just checked actually. Well, it's hard to know how many troops we're up to, believe it or not, because, there we go, TikTok's going live now. It's not clear how many troops we're up to. There were 50,000 troops in the area already. We moved an additional 7,000 and now we're moving an additional 10,000. The only thing is, I haven't gotten a straight answer on, hey, everybody on TikTok, we're already talking. I haven't gotten a straight answer on how many of the 50,000 were already there like forever and how many were the buildup of the last several months. I don't know. So I don't know. Anyway, hello, TikTok. Welcome, everybody. John Irvosis here. It's Friday, March 27th. Hello, all. How we doing? Hello. It's cold again for a couple days. I didn't think I was going to wear I didn't think I was going to wear my sweater again, and suddenly it got cold again. So my ski sweater comes out for one more day. Maybe, well, tomorrow we're not. Well, tomorrow we have our hangout, but I think the sweater is finally getting put away after today. We'll see. But it got cold again in Washington, unfortunately. So what do you do? Anyway, so welcome everybody. John Irvosis here. Here's our show, Irvosis Report. We're going to talk about the latest news. We're going to talk about, Iran. It is the news. It's what we're going to talk about tonight. Just a quick reminder, this weekend I'm going to talk about that next, actually. Whoever posted that. Who was that, Dave? Yep. This weekend, two things going on. One is the No Kings protests. I'm not sure what's happening in Washington because it's a little complicated here because we have the Cherry Blossom Festival. So there are going to be tens of thousands of tourists swarming the city, if not more, this weekend because they're at their peak. So I think for No Kings, it's going to be a bit complicated. But anyway, I'm going to see what I can find out tomorrow about that or later tonight. Otherwise, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, I am doing my coffee talk. That's the hangout I do on weekends for all the paid subscribers. So all the super fans on TikTok, YouTube's members or whatever they call them, Substack, you guys the paid members, Discord as well, the paid members. Anyway, let's get rolling, guys. A lot of news. There's just, oh my God, there's just so much news. Oh yeah, good. The AI is still, give them a shout out. The AI on TikTok is back. It's back. The crazy AI. Oh, Finland. Very cool, Selka. That's very neat. Don't necessarily hear from a lot of Finns, but good to hear from you. So welcome, guys. Yeah, let's get rolling on the Iran stuff. There's a ton of news. It's all over the place. It really is. We're going to talk about the TSA stuff at the end as well, but it's kind of all over the place. But let's get rolling. Wall Street Journal, breaking. The Pentagon is looking at sending up to 10,000 additional ground troops to the Middle East to give President Trump more military options as he weighs peace talks. That is scary. Honestly, they're preparing for a ground invasion. I mean, that's what's going on. I was saying earlier, Preston Stewart was talking about the same thing. He's convinced they're preparing for a ground invasion. I'm convinced they're preparing for a ground invasion. Is it just taking Karg Island? Is it taking other islands? Is it having to invade the coastline of Iran? Maybe. You know, the big concern, and actually even Rubio got at this today, the big concern everyone's got now is, actually Ian Bremmer was talking about it, a lot of the security experts, is what happens next? Like, how do we get out of this war, right? We can't leave and have Iran not open the Strait of Hormuz. But it's not clear we can make Iran open the Strait of Hormuz, is the first problem, even by invading. And even if we were able to, you know, have a land invasion, I'm putting my light a little stronger here, a land invasion and take back the Strait of Hormuz, once we leave, Iran would close it again. So how do we win this war? We literally, to win this war, we would literally need regime change. And even then, that's not enough. It has to be regime change where Iran's government is overthrown and good guys take over. Good freaking luck with that. I don't think that's going to happen. This is a cluster F, as we've been saying, and it's getting worse. And you're starting to hear them talk about more about this getting worse. I think the negotiations are a scam. I don't think they're really taking place. We've been having, since last Monday, the Iranians have been saying, you know, remember Trump called off the bombing of the electrical facilities because the negotiations are going so well. And the Iranians said, no, they're not. We don't know what he's talking about. He's lying about that. He lies about, as you know, pretty much everything, right? I mean, you shouldn't trust Trump. You shouldn't trust anything Trump says. I mean, the sad part people have been saying with this war is a lot of us have been forced to look to the Iranians to find the truth, which is just a unfathomable concept that we're literally looking for the Iranian government to tell us what's actually going on in the negotiations, like normally we would trust them. But I don't trust them, but Trump, zero that this man says do I believe. We got more on that later too. Bloomberg says that the Trump administration is signaling to allies that it has no immediate plans for a ground invasion. I love that quote. Trump's people are telling the allies they have no immediate plans for a ground invasion. Immediate would be the first hedge word, right? Oh, so there's no plans for today for a ground invasion. Are there plans for tomorrow? Right. A ground invasion. I've already seen this come about, that some of the people are arguing, well, an invasion of the islands of Iran would not be a ground invasion. That would be an island invasion. It's only a ground invasion if we invade the Iranian mainland. So they're playing games with that. An invasion is another word. Is it an invasion if you take just a little bit of an Iranian beach? Is that an invasion? Or is it invasion when you send 10,000 troops? You get it? Nothing. And the final point I would say as well is, or two final points. One, Trump administration, pathological liars. Yeah, they've told, okay, you guys in Europe, for example, and you Canadians, because that's who they're talking about. Trump administration told the allies that there was no imminent plans for a ground invasion, no immediate plans. Do you really think they'd tell you the truth? Really? Right? I mean, maybe, but is there just an equal chance that they're lying to you? Yeah. So that's the other problem you've got, right? Like, I mean, right? Like, would Trump tell you the truth that he was planning an invasion? Especially when he thinks that you're not on board. I mean, you're not on board. Especially when he says you're not on board. I don't think he would tell you the truth. CNN's Zach Cohen. The Strait of Hormuz is a major problem for Trump. This is from CNN's guy. And multiple sources say there is not a military option that, even if tactically successful, likely results in the Strait of Hormuz immediately being reopened, per multiple current and former U.S. officials, and perhaps most importantly, sources in the oil shipping industry. The experts are telling CNN, even if this invasion is successful, whatever they're planning, the experts don't think it's going to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Thank you, Mel. The Strait of Hormuz stuff, actually, I'm going to tell you, further on down, I'm going to tell you what that means. Because CNN is also being told by the oil experts that this oil, I'll tell you right now, this oil stuff, this oil crisis is about to explode. Basically, the oil experts are saying that Trump has successfully fooled the stock market up until this week. Now the stock market's going down. It went down again today. Not good stuff. Oil's going back up again. Oil went up 5-6% again today. Not good stuff. Gasoline was actually flat today, surprisingly. It didn't go down, but it didn't go up. Stayed at $3.99 a gallon on average. But the concern for the oil industry, folks, is that we're in, and let me read you this actually. This was further on down in my notes, but I'll read it to you right now. A senior oil shipping broker tells CNN's Zachary Cohen, oh, thank you, Gene. Love the helmet. Appreciate that. A senior oil shipping broker tells CNN's Zachary Cohen that the oil market is only a few weeks away from a full-blown crisis. Timeline is 2 to 3 weeks before crisis, one senior oil shipping broker said to me yesterday. This is Zachary Cohen of CNN. Current oil pricing is based on a lot of vibes, factoring in the belief that Trump will end the conflict soon, doesn't want a prolonged war. But supply isn't meeting demand per this broker, and that will overtake trader sentiment in a matter of weeks, barring an end to the conflict. Basically saying, we've gotten lucky so far that we're in an oil crisis. There isn't enough supply. But because everyone's believing Trump, and they're crazy to believe Trump, but they're believing Trump, they keep thinking, oh yeah, he's trying to end this war. He doesn't want a ground invasion, right? So that the oil brokers, the oil industry, or the oil sales, right, the oil market has been relatively calm. I mean, it's doubled, by the way. The price of oil doubled, so it's not exactly calm. But it would have gotten much worse if they understood that Trump was basically bullshitting them. And what I worry about is we're finally getting to the point now that I think people in the traders are finally starting to appreciate that Trump is bullshitting them. Let me go back here. Secretary Rubio, this was from Rubio. U.S. Secretary, this is actually Financial Times. Financial Times. U.S. Secretary Rubio told the G7 countries, our top allies, that the U.S. is not expecting the Strait of Hormuz to reopen to traffic as usual by the end of the war. Even Rubio told our allies, we're not expecting the Strait of Hormuz to be reopened, even if we win. That's like horrific. Quote, after this thing ends, one of the immediate challenges we're going to face is an Iran that may decide that they want to set up a tolling system in the Strait of Hormuz. Well, Financial Times notes something. The fact that Rubio said that, there have been stories for days about this. Remember the number was 2 million? It ended up, it is $2 million, but it is in yuan, or however you want to pronounce it, the Chinese currency, or yuan. The Iranians are already, they've only let a few ships go through. They're charging them a toll of $2 million a ship. And they're making them pay it in Chinese currency. Thank you. Oh, that's it. Thank you, 16. I was wondering, that gift is a little gay. I was wondering what that gift was. Thank you. It's cute, but it is a little girly. I thought it was girly, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to pick it anyway. Thank you for that. That was very sweet of you. Thank you. Yeah, so Rubio's saying, you know, it's possible the Iranians, when the war is over, they could start charging tolls. The Iranians started charging tolls earlier this week, and Rubio, for some reason, didn't know. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Reuters, the United States can only determine with certainty that it has destroyed about a third of Iran's vast missile arsenal. Remember how Trump, he fucking lied. He fucking lied. Trump has been saying everything's obliterated for a couple weeks now. He specifically said we obliterated Iran's missiles and they were gone, mostly gone. I mean, they've been blowing up Israel. There actually was a horrific one on Israel, I think, last weekend. We have only determined that we've hit 1/3 of Iran's missiles. Trump has been saying that we obliterated Iran's missiles and they're gone. We only know that we've hit 1/3. Now, maybe we've obliterated their missiles. We don't know that. We only know that we've obliterated 1/3 of Iran's missiles, and Trump has been running around lying to us, saying that we obliterated everything. Again, this is a really good way to get our troops killed. because he's fighting this war and the people around him are fighting this war as some rah-rah cheerleader campaign. They're afraid to tell him the truth. We learned that yesterday, that they didn't even tell him that 5 of our airplanes got hit when a military base was attacked because Trump gets angry. He doesn't react well when you give him bad news, so they've been giving him good war news. So every day, Trump is deciding as commander-in-chief what we do with this war based on the fake news they're giving him about how the war is going. Yeah, nothing dangerous about having our troops fight a war like that. But again, you know, Trump, one second here. Oh yeah, this story. MS Now reports, Trump is reportedly getting bored with Iran and wants to move on to other issues. Trump, according to his staff, Trump just wants to declare victory and move on because he's bored. He's bored. He's deciding what we do with the war next based on his boredom. Not based on how the war's going, not based on national security, not based on whether we're meeting our goals. Trump is deciding war strategy based on the fact that his attention span is like that of a 2-year-old, and he's bored now. As part of his moving on thing, Trump claimed today that the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, or in the last day, doesn't affect us. Listen to this, quote, "The amazing thing is we don't need the Hormuz Strait," It's the Strait of Hormuz, the Hormuz Strait, whatever. We don't need the Hormuz Strait. We don't need it. We don't need it at all. We have so much oil. Our country is not affected by this. Price of oil's doubled since he invaded Iran. That's because they shut off the Strait of Hormuz, which is 20% of the world's oil, 20% of the world's natural gas. A lot of our drugs that are used for generic medicines that we get in the U.S., like half the generic medicines, are now missing because of there. Oil is an international market. The best way I can kind of compare it is gold, even though it's not gold. Thank you, Julie. I should have had my Trump hair on for that. That would have been our Lady Di moment. Thank you for that. But I don't want to compare it to gold because I don't want to make a comparison when I don't know gold markets and stuff. But it's a similar concept in the sense that gold is sold internationally, right? Like you don't have gold in America. It's not like, right? It's not like, well, it's really expensive in America and it's really cheap in Europe. It's gold. Oil works the same way. There are different oil markets. There's a number of them. The big international one is in Britain. We've got one in America, West Texas crude. There's other oil markets. There might be an Indian one. I'm trying to remember. There's like a number of them when you pull it up, like 6 or 8 of them at least. But they're interconnected. For example, the Brits and the Americans. Typically, they've been staying, like, I don't remember where it is today. The U.S. today might be at 94. The Brits might be at 104, or maybe the U.S. is up to 98. I actually had the percentage. I had the percentage down. I didn't actually have the price down. But we're within several dollars of each other, and the price of oil has almost doubled in America and Britain since he invaded. It's like stocks, but it's not like stocks because it's the same stock in essence. So the price of oil is mostly connected around the world. It goes a little bit different, but the price is almost the same. So when prices doubled in the Middle East, they doubled here. When they doubled in Britain, they doubled here. And again, you kind of have to wonder, is he bullshitting or is he crazy? Because here's the problem. We already know Trump is bored and wants to move on, right? What a better argument for somebody who's bored and wants to move on to say, yeah, they closed the Strait of Hormuz, but we don't really care because it doesn't affect us. We have our own oil. He's making bullshit excuses for pulling out, for ending the war. Except, of course, it's a bullshit excuse because he's bored and he's going to leave us with a closed Strait of Hormuz that could cause a lot of problems. Doggy, I thought you had water, didn't you? Seriously? What else we got here? Hold on. The whiner wants a little water. Let me give the whiner a little water, and then we'll come back. One moment. All right, you. More. All right. That's all. You're not getting a treat yet. Of course she did. God bless my senior dog. She whines because she wanted water, but then when I went there and gave her the water and she looked up at me, it wasn't water. She wanted a treat. Of course she wanted a treat. No, my dog is very old now and she wants stuff. So, I've got it. Thank you, Bowie. Is that Bowie? I think it's Bowie that did that. Thank you for that. So what do? You know, I've got to spoil her a little. That was Bowie. Thank you for that. All right. A little more here. What do we got? The average price of gasoline in the U.S., as I said, remained flat today. It's still at $3.99 a gallon. U.S. oil is up 5.5% today. British oil is up almost 6% today. The stock market dropped again today. I did hear somebody say we're in correction territory now. What else we got here? New York Times reports just a few days before Trump started bombing Iran, the Iranians put a proposal on the table in Geneva that went a long way towards resolving the nuclear issue, but Trump's negotiators didn't understand what they were being offered, and they ignored it. This was a story we had heard about before, but the Times appears to have confirmed it, that basically, Witkoff and Jared Kushner didn't understand some really good offer the Iranians gave them, so we went to war because they didn't understand the offer. Now, my suspicion is Israel really wanted to blow up Iran anyway. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Oh, and Sydney, too. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you both for the gifts there. Linda for the hearts as well. Israel, I think, wanted to blow them up, and we went in anyway. I don't think Trump cared. Trump may have very well known that Iran had a good offer on the table and just didn't care. Another justification for the war, this time from J.D. Vance. So J.D. Vance today offered some new bullshit justification for the war. And this should trouble folks, you know what I mean? Because it's not just they're lying about why we went in. If they keep changing the reason we went in, then they keep changing the reason we get out, right? I mean, the reason you go in is the reason you leave, because you've addressed the threat. If the threat keeps changing, can we ever leave? Listen to what he said today. I just want to read this to you. This is what J.D. Vance claimed was the reason we went into Iran. You talk about people who walk into a crowded supermarket and have a vest on, and they blow up the vest, and a couple of people get killed, and that's a terrible tragedy. What happens when what's on the vest is not something that can kill a couple people, but can kill many, many tens of thousands of people? He's up. Thank you, Cheryl. That's a funny gift, actually. Thank you, Cheryl. J.D. Vance today claimed that Iran was going to make nuclear suicide vests, and that's why we had to go in and invade. They got pushed on it, and some of his staff got pushed on it and said, well, they weren't about to make them, but someday they could. Iran, first of all, would have to build a nuclear weapon. They're nowhere close. Then once you build the nuclear weapon, you'd have to build an itty-bitty nuclear weapon that fits in a backpack. They're not anywhere close. They're certainly not close to that either. Guys, they're lying. And you watch some of these MAGA people who get on TV and they go, we had to stop Iran from getting the nuclear weapons. And you're like, again, I'm no fan of the Iranian government, terrorist government, absolutely. And I've said this before. Thank you, Jackie. Iran must be stopped from getting a nuclear weapon. That's non-negotiable. But Iran wasn't about to get a nuclear weapon. We didn't need to invade Iran to stop them from getting a nuclear weapon. That wasn't happening yet. It wasn't even close to happening. There was no imminent threat, to use Trump's fake language. That's the problem. More here. Washington Post reports we are running low on Tomahawk cruise missiles because Trump used too many of them in Iran. Now, here's a problem. Might we go to war someday with the Russians? Yes. Might we go to war someday with China? Even bigger, yes, over Taiwan. It'd be nice if we didn't waste all our weapons before that, which is what we're doing. There is an opportunity cost here. Financial Times. Russia is close to completing a phased shipment of drones, medicine, and food to Iran, according to Western intelligence reports that detail Moscow's efforts to keep its embattled partner fighting. Russia has declined, however, Iranian requests for an S-400, one of Moscow's most advanced air defense systems. That's actually kind of surprising. I'm actually surprised about that. My suspicion is Russia doesn't have enough of them, and they're in trouble in Ukraine, and we know Russia's in trouble in Ukraine. So that's probably why they didn't. But the fact that Iran wanted a sophisticated Russian air defense system, and the Russians went, I don't think so, that's actually interesting. That's good news, but it's interesting because it means there's a limit to how much the Russians can do, right? New York Times. Oh, this is a horrible story today. I'm just going to read you the paragraphs from the story. New York Times today. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is blocking the promotion of 4 Army officers to be one-star generals a highly unusual move that has prompted some senior military officials to question whether the officers are being singled out because of their race or gender. 2 of the officers targeted by Mr. Hegseth are black, and 2 are women on a promotion list that consists of about 3 dozen officers, most of whom are white men. Further on down in the story, it tells the story of Hegseth. Now, this is about somebody else. This isn't about one of the ones who didn't get promoted, right? This is about somebody else, but it's a black woman. I want to read you this. Mr. Buria chastised the, Mr. Buria is chief of staff to Hegseth. Yes, sorry. When you cut like paragraphs from the story, you got to check it out. Mr. Buria is chief of staff to Hegseth. Mr. Buria chastised the Army Secretary for selecting Major General Antoinette R. Gant, a combat engineer who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, to take command of the military district of Washington, D.C., said 3 current and former defense and administration officials familiar with the exchange. I want to read this again. Hegseth's chief of staff chastised the Army Secretary because he picked a woman named Major General Antoinette Grant to be the head of the military district of Washington, D.C. Okay? The command provides, Washington, D.C., that she'd be in charge of, provides security and performs ceremonial duties in the nation's capital, and its commander often appears alongside the president at Arlington National Cemetery. Mr. Buria, this is New York Times, Mr. Buria, who is Hegseth's chief of staff, told the Army Secretary that President Trump would not want to stand next to a black female officer at military events. The Army Secretary called the White House and said, "Excuse me, I don't think the president's a sexist racist. What's going on?" He literally said that. He goes, "I don't think he's a sexist and a racist. What's going on?" And the White House backed off. They backed off, and they finally promoted her. I mean, she's another one who wouldn't have gotten promoted either. They promoted her and gave her the job. Now, there's another story about Trump, too. This has already been vetted and everything else years ago, that Trump was upset because he didn't want to be seen at events with combat veterans, because a lot of U.S. combat veterans have wounds. They could be missing legs, they could be missing arms. And there was the quote from Trump, I recall, was something to the effect of, people don't want to see that. A service member without an arm or without a leg. People don't want to see that. It makes them uncomfortable. So he didn't want them on stage with him when he does events. Yeah. Google that story. That's a famous story about Trump that's been out for years. New York Times. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Ukraine and Saudi Arabia signed a military cooperation agreement. That's good. This is Ukraine trying to help the Saudis with the drone fighting. Someone's whining again. Okay. I have to look around, make sure she's not in trouble. Hey, come on. Cut it out. Rubio. Oh, this is good too. So Zelensky, yesterday I mentioned that Zelensky had said that the Trump administration was requiring Ukraine to give up eastern Ukraine, called Donbass, or they weren't going to give security guarantees to Ukraine if the war ends. And I had said, thank you, Linda, I had said U.S. security guarantees don't matter anyway. They're not going to give you security guarantees you can trust. What are you doing? Hey. Jeez. Sorry, she's walking around whining. It always worries me, just because, like I said, she's getting, hello, are you all right? What's the matter? No, she's getting older, and it worries me a little, because like my dog, because I can tell every day there's little, she's not walking as well. It's like, anyway. So I've always been worried about her, but I'm paying more attention now because she gets me worried. So you want a little treat? Here, have a little treat. There you go. All right. But yeah, she's not walking as well, so it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. But I mean, she's walking, but it's not as good. She's 16 and then some, so it is what it is. But what do you do? I've been very lucky for her to be 16, to be honest. In other news, Zelensky, yeah. So Zelensky yesterday says the White House is basically requiring me to give up eastern Ukraine, or they say they won't give us security guarantees. That because Ukraine understandably wants security guarantees from the United States that says if they end the war and then Russia invades again, America will go to war. Now, this, I don't think there is any security guarantee that you can trust from this administration. I don't think in a million years Donald Trump is going to come to save Ukraine if the Russians invade again. It's not going to happen. I'm not convinced Donald Trump's going to help if Europe gets invaded by the Russians. There's no way he's going to help if the Ukrainians do. Well, Rubio says today, Zelensky's lying. He gets asked about Zelensky's lying. We never said they had to agree. We never said that. And he goes, all I said was the Russians are demanding it. The Russians are demanding. He's literally said the same. The Russians are demanding that Ukraine give up eastern Ukraine. I didn't say they had to. The Russians said. And the Russians say it's non-negotiable. And all I said was, if you want security guarantees from us, we can't give security guarantees until the war is over. And the war isn't going to be over until you do what the Russians want, which is give up your territory in the east. But I'm not taking a position on that. I'm just saying what the Russians are saying. So he's not saying that that Ukraine has to give up the territory in the east or they won't get security guarantees. He's just saying until the Ukrainians give up the territory in the east, we can't give security guarantees. But he has no position. I mean, it's like there's such. Now, actually, what is interesting to me about this, what is interesting is, I really mean this is very interesting, actually. Why would Rubio care? The Trump administration already previously suggested. Remember, because the Russians, and Trump was kind of on board, the Russians already wanted the Ukrainians to give up eastern Ukraine. Remember, Trump had proposed this, to give up eastern Ukraine, and which the Russians cannot get. They're having a hard time getting. And they would give the Ukrainians a little bit of land in the south that the Ukrainians are already getting. Remember, that was the whole deal that we were pissed about a year ago or so, was they wanted to give the Russians land in eastern Ukraine that Russia militarily cannot get. Russia's getting slaughtered trying to get this land. But they wanted to, in exchange, the Ukrainians would be given a small amount of land in southern Ukraine that the Russians are sitting on, that Ukraine is already getting back, right? So you want me to give up something that you can't get, and you're going to give me something that I'm going to get anyway, right? So what is interesting to me is, why is Rubio upset about this? Why would Rubio be offended that Zelensky would say he wants me to give up eastern Ukraine? Right? Trump does want them to give up eastern Ukraine. For Rubio to be offended about that is interesting to me. It kind of suggests they're embarrassed or something about seeming like they're giving into the Russian demands. I mean, that's something we can use. It's something Ukraine can use, something Europe can use. But you know what I mean? Like, they're embarrassed about their own position. That's potentially useful. So, all right, what else we got? Other news. We got several news stories that I wanted to fill you guys in on as well. So this is kind of a crazy story. A deal was reached, kind of, to reopen the transportation security. For several weeks now, right, they've not been paying the guys that do security at our airports. Part of the larger issue with ICE, our immigration service that likes to shoot innocent Americans in the face and kill them. And Democrats basically refused to fund the murderers at ICE. And that was part of a larger budget that took down transportation security as well. Democrats had said previously, we're happy to fund transportation security separately if you want. And Republicans said, no, we want it all together, Trump especially. Well, finally yesterday, Democrats again agreed with Republicans and said, okay, let's pass a bill that opens it, doesn't fund ICE, but it funds everybody else, including transportation security. They pass the bill in the Senate. Democrats and Republicans get together and say, okay, pass it. They do. It goes to the House of Representatives. Trump weighs in and says, I don't like it. I want you to fund ICE or nothing, or keep transportation security closed down. So the House passed something entirely different that they knew wouldn't. The House passed legislation that said fund ICE 100%, which they knew wasn't going to pass. House Republicans at Donald Trump's request killed the funding again. Now, the other weird thing, and I'm not quite understanding this, is Trump signed an executive order today that funds transportation security anyway as a national emergency. So what I'm not understanding is, if Trump already is now funding TSA because it's considered a national emergency, then why do we need the House and Senate to pass legislation to open up TSA? Because it's already opening up, he's paying them. Eventually you need the money because you need the budget passed, but I'm not understanding the urgency. It's kind of confusing. More importantly, and this is the most important point, we've had weeks now, 4 weeks maybe, I don't even know. We've had weeks now of transportation security being not paid, okay? These guys have not been paid at all. You want to go out there again? It's kind of raining. It's kind of raining. All right. Transportation security, these guys have not been paid at all, basically. And a lot of them are quitting because they're kind of pissed off because they'd like to be paid. Well, Trump today said, oh, our airports are a disaster. People are waiting 4 hours, 6 hours to go through security at airports. Trump today says, oh, I could just sign an executive order and say that it's an emergency and we can pay them anyway. And he did, which raises the question of why didn't Trump do that 4 weeks ago? Trump has known for 4 weeks that he could simply just sign an executive order. Come on in, dog. That he could simply sign an executive order and pay TSA and make our airports functional again, but he chose not to. I mean, this is kind of a huge deal, right? I mean, Trump didn't want to open the airports. He didn't want to pay TSA. He wanted us to wait. I mean, it's an important point, but think about it, right? Why did he wait 4 weeks to sign, if all he had to do was sign a piece of paper to pay him? All he had to do was sign a piece of paper. And he waited 4 weeks to do it because he wanted airports to be closed. He wanted you to wait in line 4 to 8 hours because he wanted to use your pain as political leverage. Yeah. Oh, there's more. CNN. Hackers breached Trump FBI Director Kash Patel's private email. Keep the gifts coming, guys, on TikTok and elsewhere. Hackers connected to the Iranian government accessed FBI Director Kash Patel's personal email and posted materials including photos and documents taken from his account. A person familiar with the breach confirmed to CNN. The hackers have published a series of photos of Patel from before he became FBI Director that they claim were stolen from his personal account. A source familiar with the incident confirmed the image's authenticity. The photos are kind of funny because a lot of them are him being a he's totally immature. It's him being a total goofball, really. J.D. Vance said, this is actually incredibly dangerous. J.D. Vance said today that the White House is investigating a Democratic congresswoman they don't like. They don't like Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar is black. She's African. She's from Somalia originally, immigrated to the U.S., and she's a black woman. African too, a trio of bad things for this administration. And Trump hates her because Trump is racist and sexist. And he's gone on a rampage about Somalians, horrible, horrible racist things he said about Somalians. Oh, Muslim too. I'm sorry. Thank you. I totally forgot. She's Muslim too. Thank you. Totally forgot about that one. Yeah. She ticks all, and she's actually, I don't like the woman. Her politics are way too left for me. I think she's kind of obnoxious personally, but she's also really smart, and she speaks really well, and he can't handle that. It's a quadrifecta because she's smart too. She's smart like this. He hates women like that. Can't stand women who are smart, right? So the White House is now investigating her to try to take away her citizenship. These people, it's a rumor. Remember how they did the rumor about Obama? He was born in Kenya. They've got a rumor with her. I'm not going to repeat the rumor. I'm not going to repeat it. It's some disgusting rumor about her. Again, it's a rumor they made up on their side. And that she did something horrible, and that's how she got citizenship. So now they're investigating her. This is the Vice President of the United States saying they're investigating her for immigration fraud, meaning to take away her citizenship. Because that's what we do in World War II Germany. That's what we do in the Soviet Union. That's what we do in communist China. These people, they know no bottom. No, yeah. They all need to be in prison. And I will say one thing. I find it fascinating that the Trump administration wants to set a precedent of going after powerful, high-profile women who have salacious rumors about how it is that they got their immigration status coming from abroad to America, and that it's somehow tied to a man doing something salacious with a man. Actually, not even salacious, it's more than salacious is the rumor for both of the women. This administration wants to go there. They want us to investigate people's immigration status and take away their citizenship because of rumors that they did something salacious. That seems really stupid to me, in addition to inappropriate. Check out this line from Politico. Current advice from European Council, which is like European Union stuff, right? From the European Council, is that no electronics are taken to the US or China, said a senior EU official. When this isn't possible, electronics that are brought back must be wiped. The European Union has a policy that European officials, when they go to China or the United States, cannot bring electronic equipment with them because it's danger of being spied on by the Chinese or the Americans. We're in the category now with the Chinese. And they're totally right, of course. Another senior House Republican is going to retire once the midterms happen. The midterms, as you know, the congressional elections are this fall. Republicans right now are going to lose the House of Representatives, and they may lose the Senate. Things might have to get a little worse for them to lose the Senate. What happens is, in the House of Representatives especially, people get, it's not fun if you're in the minority. If you're the majority, like right now Republicans are in charge, in the House, the majority has all the power, the minority has next to none. And the people start quitting. When it looks especially like you're going to lose power, they quit. And a lot of top Republicans are quitting now because they're just, they don't want to be in the minority. But it's one more sign that they know they're about to lose control of the House of Representatives, and it feeds the panic. It feeds the angst, which is also very helpful because it hurts them with the election, because who wants to give money to House races if you think they're going to lose anyway, right? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Trump again bragged about being the only president to have taken 3 cognitive tests, and he said they were quote, very, very hard. Somebody waited on Twitter, and I thought it was rather brilliant. Person waited on Twitter and goes, does he not understand that thank you, Just Max, appreciate that. Does he not understand that the reason your doctor has you take a cognitive test is because he's worried about dementia? A. B, does he not understand that the reason the doctor has you take 3 cognitive tests is because he wants to chronicle how bad your dementia is getting? Like, nobody takes 3 cognitive tests. That's not one test. It's in your family. Maybe the doctor says, oh, you're having some memory issues. Well, even memory issues, right? You're admitting it. But usually they don't just do it. But maybe you're old and your doctor is careful and says, let's do a cognitive test as a baseline, just cause. Maybe. He doesn't have you take 3 over several years unless they're worried about you and there's something going on. So that one was kind of funny. This story is insane. I've got 2 more stories. Actually, 2 more stories. One is a long one and one's a short one. Let's do the long one first, okay? Listen to this. Washington Post. I'm going to read you this because this story is so insane today. Washington Post headline, all right? And this is literally the Post headline. Trump imagines negotiation with Sharpie maker for $5 signature pens. Sharpies are little black magic markers. They're quite literally these. Sharpie. I didn't know I was going to have an exhibit for anyway. I don't know if you Europeans have this brand. I assume it's an American brand. Sharpies. Yep, see, Sharpie. And they're black markers, right? You know what they are? Black markers. So the brand is Sharpie. Oh, you have them too? Okay. The brands are Sharpies. We sometimes call them, I don't call them Sharpies. People call them Sharpies as well. So the Washington Post headline, Trump imagines negotiation with Sharpie maker for $5 signature pens. Trump told a lengthy story about negotiating over the price of Sharpie pens. The company says it has no record of any such conversation. He went on at length about this story that didn't happen, okay? President Donald Trump spent 5 minutes of Thursday's cabinet meeting boasting of his thrift with a story about negotiating for $5 personal-sized Sharpies. The company that makes the permanent markers said the exchange never happened. I called the guy. I said, here, let's do this. Oops. I've always had to find where the mark is here. There we go. I called the guy. I said, I'd like to use your pen. But, where's the pen? I called the guy. I said, I'd like to use your pen, but I can't have a great thing with a big S on it, because they've got S's on them, with a big S on it saying Sharpie, as I'm signing a $1 trillion airplane contract to buy brand new fighter jets, Trump says. The man says, well, I can make it nicer. I said, what can you do? He says, I'll paint it black. I said, that's nice. And I can even paint the White House on it, sir. Whenever Trump says sir, you know the entire story is made up. That's his one tell. Any story that has sir in it, he made the entire thing up. I can even paint the White House on it, sir, if you like, in gold. Almost real gold, not bad. And I can even do your signature, sir. Oh, he goes, almost real gold, not bad. And I can even do your signature, sir. Trump went on. So the guy said to me, you don't have to pay me, sir. Oh, you don't have to pay me, sir. I'll give you them for nothing. I said, no, I don't want that. Let me pay you. I want to pay you. No, sir, you don't have to. You're the president of the United States. He was shocked, the head of Sharpie. He gets a call. I don't even know who the hell he is. He said, he's really the president. He said, no, you don't have to pay me, sir. This is such an honor. I said, no, I want to pay you. And he said, what would you like to pay? I said, how about $5 a pen? He said, that's all right. Presented with a transcript of Trump's account, a spokesperson for Sharpie maker Newell Brands said it did not occur. The Sharpie maker said, they didn't say, well, we talked to our staff and nobody's sure who talked to him. The Sharpie maker said outright, the conversation did, thank you, Lamb Chop, for the gift. The Sharpie maker said the conversation did not occur. Did I miss gifts? Sorry, guys. I love the gifts, but when you do them in the middle of a read, I miss them sometimes, so thank you. Sorry, Hippie, I see that. Oh, Lamb Chop. Yeah, Lamb Chop, I did get you. Oh, Apple user. Oh, no, Apple user. Who else is here? So I'm trying to find that the AI is making it, as always, impossible to read. What a surprise. I cannot find the gifts because the AI has put so much pollution in here that it's doubled the number of comments. I have all these AI comments, like I said, on my end. I can't see any of the other gifts. Oh, there was a disco dinosaur from Sun and Moon. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I hate when I miss the gifts. TikTok, as always, like I said, if TikTok, thank you, Ernie. If TikTok would let me design this, thank you, Tilda. Oh, Dolphin did a feather tiara. Okay, that's the nice one. Thank you. Yeah, if TikTok let me design this. Oh, just Max did a whale. Oh, Max, thank you. The whale. I always forget. Is the whale a goat? I don't remember. I don't remember. Help me. Max, you got to remind me here, guys. Help me out, guys. I'm totally see now that it's not on the top of the screen. I keep forgetting. Oh, I'm trying to go back to the. It's the wig. Oh, that was why I put the wig. Oh, it's the wig anyway. Okay, perfect. It was the wig anyway, so we're good. Okay. Anyway, how fucked up. Okay, so the final story. JD Vance is doing this interview with a Republican podcaster, kind of a pretty boy, and they're talking about when are you going to get to the bottom of the UFOs? And they're making fun of Obama, by the way. Obama, could you believe what Obama? He goes, Obama. This is the oh, thank you, Rosie. Thank you. This is a dinosaur, a dragon gift that when you open your mouth, it spews flames. It's very cool. The interviewer says to JD Vance, did you hear the ridiculous thing Obama said? Obama gets asked, are there aliens? Do aliens exist? And he goes, of course. And they say, oh, but are they here? No, they're not at Area 51. They're not here. They're not visiting us, but they're real. And they start laughing. What a ridiculous thing for Obama to say. Like, just say aliens are real. Okay, they're both laughing about this. Now, we live in a world where there are something like 400 billion galaxies or something in the Milky Way, and possibly 1 trillion. We asked about ChatGPT about this the other day. Possibly 1 trillion galaxies out there, with each one having hundreds of billions of solar systems. I mean, like, it's insane. Okay, the number of possible civilizations out there is infinite. So hey, stop! Please stop. So you can't hear her. I can hear her. She has been whining for the last. I'm giving her a little treat. She's been whining for half an hour, and it's been like in my ear, and I'm like, stop, old dog, love you, but you're driving me nuts. So they're making fun of Obama, and they're saying it's ridiculous for Obama to say that aliens could exist. Hey, okay, that fucking hurt. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ, I'm giving her the treat. She bit my hand. Oh, God damn. God, this is why I love this dog, but oh my God. She literally bit my hand. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Well, she got old and she's gotten she doesn't see as well. She doesn't see as well, and she's gotten more like aggressive about grabbing food so nobody else gets it. No, she's definitely having vision problems. So I think like she misses and gets my hand, and I'm like, holy shit. All right, here. All right? Yeah, I'm dropping it for you. So they think it's ridiculous for Obama to say that aliens are real, that there's life in the universe. Not ridiculous. But J.D. Vance and this Republican activist, this MAGA activist, both think it's laughable that Obama would say aliens exist. So the guy turns to Vance and he goes, do you think aliens exist? And Vance goes, well, I'm trying to find the exact quote. Yes. He goes, I don't think there's like aliens coming and doing like experiments and all these nasty things to people. I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons. Straight face. And he goes, no, I'm serious. I think they're demons. He goes, it's a long story. I don't want to kind of go through it now. It's kind of complicated, but they're demons. And you're like, so it's silly for Barack Obama to think that life exists in the universe. But J.D. Vance thinks that we have been visited by creatures in spaceships who are kidnapping people and doing experiments. And the reason they're doing it is because they're evil demons from the Bible. Yeah. And I watched minutes of this tape. It's real. He wasn't joking. And he wasn't joking. He goes, it's a whole theory I've got. It's kind of long. He goes, I don't want to get into all of it right now because it'll take the whole show. He goes, but yeah, basically. And you're like, okay, man. Demons. And the demons are riding in spaceships and kidnapping people and doing experiments, right? Miss Ansley, I don't know what you're talking about. What headline? I mean, I know CPAC, but what headlines? I wouldn't know what headlines. Also, I don't particularly care about CPAC necessarily. Anyway, thank you for that. What was that? I saw it. Thank you, Red, for the gift there. Oh, my. Are we headed for witch trials? Yes. Demon trials. Demons. There be demons in spaceships. Dee, 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 dee. That was a bad X-Files song. That wasn't very good. I did see Mike Liddell got served on TV, and then he made the mistake of taking it too. He took it and threw it away, but once he took it. So it's and he took it on TV, which is even worse. So like then he took it, right? There was no questioning that at that point. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna sit back here. Yeah, who's ever tweeting about the YMCA? You're about to get banned for life. Why are you tweeting that? You're kind of spamming. Not cool. All right, I'm going to sit back and chill a minute here. Oh, the demon trials, exactly. Oh, is there? I can look. Well, I don't think it's breaking news if service members are injured in Saudi Arabia because we've had several hundred who have already been injured. It's not good news, but I don't think it's breaking because we've already had several hundred who have been injured at this point, which is terrible. Let me see here. I'll look at my Twitter. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. I don't know if I'm going to find it here, actually. Let's see what else. Nope. Trump, moments ago. I guess we don't have to be there for NATO. Again, he hates you. He's not there for you. He's made it clear for years he's not there for you. Remember, Trump told NATO, I wish people would throw this back at him. Trump told NATO in 2000. Remember, he told, I think it was Ursula von der Leyen and some others that were together, and he told them, I'm not going to come for you when the Russians invade. I'm not coming to help you. Remember, he literally said that. I mean, and now he's pretending like, oh, I was going to be there for you, NATO. Canada, I love Canada, right? Donald Trump loves Canada. He was going to be there for you, and now? I mean, really? Does any Canadian there think Donald Trump was going to be there for you until today he's suddenly so disappointed in Canada? Come on, right? I mean, please. I mean, this stuff just blows my mind. Again, such a pathological liars. Let me see here. Well, nothing here. No. Trump again is threatening war with Cuba. Cuba is next, Trump said today at a speech. Mind you, the amount of money it's going to cost us going to war against Cuba too, we're going to war against everybody at this point. I mean, this is literally the exact opposite of what people voted for. The Trump people voted for him to end the wars, and he's now starting them. They literally, the phrase was, "We're not the world's policeman." He's literally become the world's policeman. This guy, just kind of unimaginable. It blows. And inflation. He got elected to address the economy, to address inflation. Nothing. Yeah, they shut down all the energy coming into Cuba, which they've been having power shortages and everything else. 10 U.S. service members injured in Saudi airbase strike, according to the Wall Street Journal. All right, let's pull this up. An Iranian missile struck the Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia on Friday, wounding 10 American service members, 2 seriously is very bad, and damaging several U.S. refueling aircraft, according to U.S. and Saudi officials. The attack also involved unmanned aerial vehicles, so missiles and UAVs. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the biggest challenge, no, that's it. It was a quick story. Yeah, that's it. Quick story. All right. So yeah, as I said, it's not really breaking news. It's news. It's not good. It's bad. But like 300 troops, 200 to 300 troops have been injured. Hey, Deb. In this war already. Anyway. What else, guys? Well, if they injure the planes, they're not going to tell them. Remember, they damaged 5 planes before, and they wouldn't tell Trump because they were afraid he was going to get mad. So, oh my God, I just can't. TikTok has so screwed up the comments. It blows my mind. And I'm trying to figure out if I can touch them and make them go away, but I don't think I can. No, I'm trying to like touch the fuckers. God, what is wrong with them? I don't know what is wrong with TikTok. Embassy was nice, the dinner. It was a very nice dinner. It was Wednesday night for Greek Independence Day. Hey, don't bite my hand this time. Thank you. That was better. Okay. But they had a very nice Greek dinner. It was Greek Independence Day, independence from the Ottomans, the Turks. And very nice dinner, very nice event. So that was fun. So. But yeah, I can't. I didn't Google. That's a good question. If somebody knows, I guess I could ask ChatGPT. Maybe somebody. I doubt there's a way. I mean, I honestly, I need to write to TikTok's help and say, what the F are you people doing? Like, what is this? Let's ask ChatGPT and see if it can search. Here, I think I've got the photos in here. Let's see. I'm going to literally give ChatGPT one of these horrible photos I took from the other day. Hello, what you doing here? All photos? There we go. 1 second, guys. We're going to see if we can get this to stop. Oh, there it is. Is that one going to work? I think. Is that one good enough? Nope, that's not good enough. Is this good enough? So I'm trying to find one. That one's probably good enough. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to it for a second. Okay, I just uploaded a photo. It shows a live I'm doing on TikTok Live. And if you look carefully, TikTok just started something a couple days ago, and it's driving me insane, and I want to see if you can find anybody online talking about how to kill it. But they're using AI to give me suggestions as the creator, and you'll notice it keeps telling me, give them a shout out, give them a shout out, give them a shout out repeatedly. It's never ending, and it has now ruined the live conversation I'm trying to have with people. I can't read their comments. Half the comments are this bullshit. Has anybody figured out how to stop it? Is anybody talking about this online? Oh. Okay, sorry, but are you making this up, or are you finding people actually discussing these things online?
So far, it looks like TikTok hasn't officially announced or documented a way to disable the AI shout-out prompts during live streams, and people have only mentioned them in passing on creator forums.
Okay, but sorry, I was just asking. That wasn't my question. I asked you, are people actually discussing this online, or are you kind of just making this up?
No, I'm not making anything up. I actually searched for discussions. The result is that while some creators have mentioned frustrations with these AI prompts, I couldn't find anyone sharing a different.
Okay. You know what it probably is? I forgot about this. TikTok used to do this. TikTok would give you like experimental things. Remember at one point they, although this may not have been experimental, they give you experimental stuff for a while and then it goes away. Like they had for a while, I don't know if it was experimental though, where when I could have you guys ask questions, I don't know, again, I don't know what's wrong with TikTok. They used to have questions where you could pose questions and they would line up. And I literally could go through 90 questions in a row and pick the questions. And I could even say, ooh, that one, and throw it on the screen and we could talk about it. But it was really nice because like your questions never got lost. It wasn't like, and we don't want you writing the question 10 times because it's annoying. But at the same time, if I don't see your question, it's gone. Well, TikTok got rid of it. And it was like, that was one of the most annoying ones. I was like, why would you get rid of that? That's just idiotic. And they just got rid of it. But they do that a lot. They like, so this must be some new thing they're testing. I'm going to have to write to the help people and say, please stop it. Like, please fucking stop it. You're driving me insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah. Like, I want to do a screenshot, but I'm a little nervous because I could screw up the screenshot. I'm going to try this, guys. This is risky. This is risky. Hang on a second. Oh, thank you, Nene. All right, guys, I'm going to try this and hopefully not shut you down. But let's see. Did it work? It worked. Ooh, good. Okay. I was trying to grab a screenshot without it shutting down TikTok. I wanted them to see all 4 of you in a row. There's no toggle. I went to the settings. There's no toggle. There's literally no toggle. You know? I mean, absolutely nothing. Nope. You'd think, because it would be in the comments. And I click on comments, and there's, yeah, I can comment. That's nice. It's not there. Yeah. Pause live, no. Mute microphone, mirror your video, flip camera, live gifts, nope. Settings, hear your voice, no. Manager cues, but that's not what this is. Rankings, comment settings, but that's not, nope. Allow comments, yes. Masked comments, allow enigmas to send masked comments in your live. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, is that what that is? Masked comments? Enigmas? What the hell are, oh my God, do you think that's what this is? Let's see if it's gone now. Enigmas? No, it's still there. What the fuck's an enigma? What are enigmas? Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It's still there. Yeah. I think it's demons. I think it's demons. Oh my God. And of course, Angel pops up and it's writing after somebody named Angel when I say I think it's demons. Oh my God. Too funny. The food was very good. Yes. Well, so I just turned off this Enigma thing. Should I put the Enigma thing back on? I don't want to like have it off. It's an Enigma, I know. Oh my God. Anyway. Although I feel like it's showing me fewer of them now and I'm not quite sure why. No, it's still the same bullshit. Oh my God. So back to settings again. Comments. And it would be obvious for it to be, allow enigmas to send mass comments to your live visible to you moderators and other enigmas. What the hell is an enigma? Filter comments, blocked words, show the most sent comment. Show the most sent comment? What the fuck does that mean? The other thing they do on TikTok all the time is the English is just atrocious. Show the most sent comment. What does that mean? Like, yeah, there's no option. The most sent comment. It's like, okay, whatever that is. Like, can you do this without biting my finger again? Thank you. All right. The dog is getting a little better about biting my finger now. Oh my God. The popular comment? Well, I don't understand. No, this is some stupid thing they came up with. I'm going to have to, maybe mods remind me later or something. I'm going to have to contact TikTok help and be like, please turn this thing off. It's the most obnoxious thing ever. But again, nobody tried it out and went, yeah, this is kind of annoying. Auto prompts involve taco. I don't know what that means. Okay. Anyway, what else, guys? We got another couple minutes. It's your birthday? Okay, happy birthday. What else? What else? I don't even know what this Enigma thing is. No idea. Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, I know what an enigma is. It's Jen. Jen is giving us the definition of enigma. I know what an enigma is. I don't know what it is on TikTok, however. It's also a code from World War II. Or is it the code breaker? Is the enigma code? I think the enigma was the code, I think, right? We talked about Hegseth's pastor yesterday or the day before. Ghost grifters? No idea what that means, Gotti. Anyway, but yes, the food was very good at the Greek Embassy fest reception. It was very good. Anonymous commenting? Oh, okay. Like I want anonymous commenting just so it could be even more obnoxious. That'd be that. I'm sure you'd all be even better if you were anonymous. I mean, you're all fine, but right? Like really? Anonymous. Oh God. The Allies named the code Enigma. Okay. I was gonna say, I remember Enigma being like the Enigma code. Yep. Oh, it has to do with TikTok battles. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I turned it off and it didn't turn off the weird stuff I'm getting. Don't call me Shirley. I use that. I think I used that with Callum once. I've used that line before. And don't call me Shirley. Such a great line. What's up, dog? I know. What's up with you, huh? Hi. I know. Ugh. Oh, man. It is a great line. Water bankruptcy? I don't know what that even is. I don't know what it is, Sky. Sorry. Never heard of it. Don't know what it is. Anyway. What else, guys? Anything? Otherwise, we may go soon. 11 a.m. tomorrow. Yep. Show the paid monthly subscribers. So super fans on TikTok. I kind of like this with the. I don't usually wear it with this shirt, but the combo's kind of nice. I'm not going to be wearing this again until the fall because it's. Although today's cold, but it shouldn't be cold after tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow at 11 a.m., super fans on TikTok, members on YouTube, monthly subscribers on Discord and Substack, and I think that's it. I don't think anybody else, we've got paid subscribers anywhere. So we will hang out, we will chat, our usual. Hello, dog. I don't know where you are. I can hear you whining somewhere. I hear you somewhere. So, but it's fun. We do a hangout for an hour. It's very nice. After my Greek class. Protesting. I'm going to see what's going on tomorrow. As I said, I think tomorrow is kind of a weird day to be having the No Kings protest in D.C. because it's the cherry blossoms at peak, which means there's going to be tens of thousands, if not 100,000 people in town tomorrow. It's not going to be, it's a small town. It's not going to be pretty. So I don't know. I don't even know where they're going to be. Otherwise, I won't be back till Monday. Yeah, let me see where they're going to be tomorrow. Let me see. Where are they going to be? I mean, right, it's the website to pull up. I mean, I'd like to go, but I'm just a little worried about the cherry blossom thing being a little crazy, but let's see. They couldn't have, it's not their fault. They didn't know, but it just ended up being the worst day to do it in D.C. Zip code, let's try that. Come on. Columbia? No. Definitely don't live in Columbia. That's kind of cool that Columbia came up, though. District of Columbia, maybe. Oh. This is... this is actually confusing in Washington tomorrow. I don't know what they're doing. In Washington. There's three? This is weird. I think these might be little ones, because there's like one at American University. There's one at a park in Northwest. Oh, Calorama Park. That's funny. I have a friend who lives there. 10 to noon. Visit. It's not going to be many. GW. There's no real protest in D.C. There isn't one in D.C. The one is George Washington students, the one is American University students, and the other one is some people getting together at a park. It's a very nice little park, but it's a very little park. There aren't any in D.C. There you go. That answered that question. Okay. All right. Hi, dog. I know. All right. Well, so much. Didn't this happen? No Kings I went to last time, but remember there was some other protest. There was some other protest that they weren't doing in D.C. Remember? They intentionally weren't doing D.C., and I can't remember what protest that was or whatever. Yeah. These sound pretty pathetic. I'm telling you, I know the park. It's a small park. It's not even a big park. It's a very small park. It's like maybe 150 feet by 300 feet, maybe. It's a very small park. Or 200 feet. It's not a big park. It's Calorama Park. It's small. They're not having more than 100 people in that park probably. It's going to be a small park. So George Washington might get some more. Hard to say. American University, I doubt it. American University's Indivisible, that's the one I was thinking. Maybe it was there was some other protest that they skipped D.C. No Kings, we had a great D.C. protest last time. Yeah, let's see them. I'm not thrilled about this, guys. I think it's going to be kind of, maybe they'll surprise me, but, I may go by and check. Although, actually, it's going to be in the morning anyway. It's from 10 to 12. I can't go. I've got my Greek class and then you guys, so. And 10 to 12 also makes me think, again, they're not expecting it to be much. That's too bad. Well, Washington isn't always the focus, which is good, right? But yeah, the one 10 to noon, George Washington noon to 2, AU 11 to 12. All right. Oh, and the American University one, the address is private. GW Kogan Plaza. Okay, yeah, too bad. DC isn't having much of anything this time. It was huge. It was absolutely huge last time. Oh well. Arlington National Cemetery. That's weird. Well, you're not going to have it in the cemetery, I'm assuming. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be very busy around the country. So I hope. So yeah, I'm not convinced I'm going to go, to be honest. They may not have a choice. That's well, it's possible. The only thing is the cherry blossoms ended up blooming early. They weren't supposed to bloom for, I think, several days, and they suddenly bloomed early. Downtown DC, yeah, maybe. Let me look at an article, because maybe there is something in downtown DC, but for some reason they're not showing it on the map. It should have been downtown DC. Let me see. No Kings, and I'm going to type in DC, because maybe. Oh, here's where to rally around DC from the Washingtonian. There is one. There is one. Oh, okay. There is one tomorrow in DC. Unless this is this is a new article. March 26, 2026. Yeah. A number will be held locally, including the primary rally at 3 p.m., remove the regime on the National Mall. Okay. A march from Indivisible. Okay, so there will be a rally on the National Mall. There will be the annual Blossom Kite Festival. Oh, I love the Kite Festival. That was a lot of fun. We went once. Will be held on the mall at 10 a.m., the same time as the march. Oh, that's really fun. We went years ago to the Kite Festival. It was beautiful. That was so much fun. Sasha, stop. Somewhere on the mall, okay. Is there a link to where on the mall? Oh, remove the regime. Here we go. Let's see. That's really weird that the main one isn't on their website, though. The main one they think is a main one, so it's not local, so it wasn't in their website, but that's kind of dumb. Hey, stop. Okay. Where is it? Okay, the mall is like several miles long. Sasha, quiet. Where the hell is this thing? Oh my God, they're pissing me off a little here. I'm on their website. Okay, guys. I'm on their freaking website. Do you think the first thing you might want at the top of the website is the time and where? That, if I were holding a national rally, I would put where and when. It's not there. Where the fuck is it? Oh my God, they're not. As you know, I get very annoyed with things that are not done well, as you all know. And I can't believe this website isn't telling me where the freaking rally is in DC. And the National Mall is not useful because the National Mall is miles long. I know. See, now you're hearing the dog and you appreciate what I'm going through, Legend. Do you know what I mean? This is, and this can go on for hours. It's like, and I give her a little treat, like now, all right, little troll by my hand, thank you. And it shuts her up for a minute and then she whines again. There's no address for the protest in DC. Oh God. Yeah, but Indivisible is doing some march from Virginia. I want the rally in DC. Is this the, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, but can I just say, the main website for the organization doesn't have a time or a place for the main rally in Washington, D.C. Do we understand that that's insane? I mean, One Memorial Avenue? I've never heard of, are you kidding me? I've never heard of Memorial Avenue. Did you make that up? That's not a road. I mean, maybe it's something, but in 40 years, I've never heard of that address downtown. Sasha, stop. Anybody find an address? Like, Arlington, that's not it. That's a march. That's different. That's in Virginia. That's a march. That's what I'm saying. That's a march individual. I'm not marching 3 miles with individual with 5 miles. Memorial Avenue? That's probably Arlington Cemetery, I'll bet you. You sent me something on my phone? All right, Sasha, stop. Let's see. All right. This is Ashley, this is the one I already went to. There's no listing. What the fuck? Okay, did you find it on this website? Because this is the website I was at. No Kings Accessible Rally. I don't want to go to the accessible rally. I want to go to the main rally. Where is it? Oh my God. Yeah, the main one. I am this close to saying sayonara on this crap, guys. Yeah, it's not the main website doesn't have it either. Yep, that's great. That's great. There is no listing for the main protest in Washington, D.C. There's absolutely no listing. Yeah, Ash, see if you can find it on that website because it's not there. God damn these people. I'm sorry, but this really drives me crazy when people do this shit. It just drives me nuts, you know? Yeah, I'm not marching across the Memorial Bridge. No. You think I'm going on a 5-mile march? Like, I'm not doing that tomorrow. No. That's not the main rally. That's some people marching state to state. Yeah. Yeah, I went to their website. It's not there. I'm not impressed right now. Let's just put it that way. As you said, I am not. It's at the Washington Monument. Okay, that helps. Are you sure of that, Poppy? That's what I mean, because the mall is miles long. It doesn't help to say it's at the mall. It's at the. So they're doing it at the Washington Monument, for sure, though, right? For sure. Okay. All right, that helps then. All right, that helps. Speakers beginning at 3. Washington Monument? Washingtonian didn't. Okay, because Washingtonian, when I looked at the article, it sent me to the website that didn't have it. Okay, that helps then. Yeah, this should not be this hard, I have to say. Yeah, the Washingtonian article I'm looking at just says the National Mall, which is useless. Yeah, where are you even seeing this in the Washingtonian article? I'm looking at the Washingtonian article. It's not there. On the National Mall. Oh, they're marching to the Washington Monument. I see. Wait. A march to D.C. across the Memorial Bridge to the Washington Monument, organized by Indivisible. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. I love the Washingtonian. I think I still know the guy who runs it, but this is horrific. A march to D.C. starting at 10 a.m., comma, across the Memorial Bridge to the Washington Monument, comma, organized by Indivisible, comma, will also be taking place, comma, and will be welcomed to join the main rally, period. And will be welcomed to join the main rally. They will also be hosting a rally downtown. Okay, it is implying it is implying that the main rally might be at the Washington Monument. All it actually says is they're marching from Virginia to the Washington Monument. It doesn't actually say the rally is going to be at the Washington Monument. It just says that's the end of their march, which is near the White House, so it's where they would march anyway. No, they're kind of, anyway, this is bad, guys, okay? Only because I also did web development for a living, too. You don't hold a rally and not tell people where it is. This is the main rally in D.C. There's literally no information on where it is on their websites. That's really freaking bad. Anyway. Oh, was there more AI text that popped up? Sasha, stop. Cut it out. No, these are the bullshit ones, Ash. Yeah, you're just giving me the link to the main website. I already went there. Those aren't actual events. Those are some little parks that are 100 feet wide, literally. That's all they are. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, but Ashley was texting me. Well, first of all you're doing is sending me the webpage. You're not sending me a link to an event. All I got was the main homepage twice. But when you look in Washington, D.C., all it does is give you, oh, it is nice sunset, isn't it? I just realized I was looking out the window with you guys. Hold on. It actually, for once, it's not just my lights. It actually is nice lighting out there. You can see? That actually is the sunset. Because normally people go, what a nice sunset. And I go, no, it's just my lights reflecting off the window. But it actually looks nice today, actually, doesn't it? There, I'll let you guys see a little better that way. In any case, yeah, they're annoying me. So, all right, let's see. Maybe the main rally is at the Washington Monument. Apparently, it's a secret. So, oh well. I've never heard of that bridge in my life, Ashley. I don't know what that is. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what that is. What we want is the main rally, not some peripheral. The peripheral rallies are little groups of people getting together. That's all they are. Yeah. Oh, it's giving an AI summary. Host is frustrated finding information for an Iran war protest. No, that is not what I'm doing. We are trying to find the No Kings protest. It's not about the Iran war. It's about Trump's presidency, in fact. Nice try, though. Well, that would be asinine too, Deb, not your fault. But there's no way they're making you sign up before they're going to tell you where the rally is like it's a secret. No, you tell people where the rally is. Anyway, let's see. But I have to tell you, I'm already getting pretty pissed off about this rally. But let's see. I may go tomorrow. If I can confirm for sure it's at the monument, I will go. Yeah, I entered Washington, D.C. as well. It gave me a bunch of bullshit. There's a bullshit rally at American University. There's a bullshit little rally at GW, a bunch of students, and there's a bullshit little rally at a park that I know because a friend of mine lives there that fits 50 people. Like, it's an itty bitty park. Those are not real rallies. Those are little satellite gatherings they're having, which is nice. Happy they're doing it, but those are little satellite gatherings. Those are not the main gallery. The main gathering, when you plug in DC, it's literally not there. So, all right, I'm going to stop believing any of you because literally only Poppy, and even Poppy's, no offense to her, but was iffy. The one that Poppy found simply said the march ends at the Washington Monument, so we're assuming that's where it is. But I don't believe any of you anymore because I think you're making this up as to what you're reading of where these marches are. But I'm going to look and see. It would make sense it's at the Washington Monument, but it's, Callum, what are you talking? Callum's messaging me. He thinks I'm done with the show. All right, I'm going to get going, guys. I know, it's a secret. Exactly, Linda. It's a secret. It's such a special march that we're not telling anybody on our website. Oh, God. Kids today, that's all I've got to say. Kids, in my day, when we organized protests, we actually told you on the website where the protest was. Crazy old people that we are. It's so exclusive that they're not telling you on the website where it is. Jesus Christ. Because the other problem is, reporters who want to cover it are in the same boat. They're going, well, where the fuck is it? If you want to cover the national rally. All right, I'm going to go, guys. Thanks for joining. 7:30. I'll see you tomorrow by 11 a.m. in the morning. Hopefully we know where the D.C. rally is. I don't know what the hell that means, Tom. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning on here. The paid my paid friends and the rest of you, I will see Monday. All right? All right, have a good night, guys. Thank you, everybody. Discord, I'm going to start with you guys. I don't think so. It might be because of the cherry blossoms, but I don't know, Jeffrey. Yeah. Anyway, see you, Doug. All right. Rest of you now. I'm going to TikTok, you're last. All right, YouTube and everybody else, see you guys.